I'm SillyPseudonym playing some Nova Drift, and had someone, Joe Kaplan, ask to try a interesting little combination. I'm curious to see how it works myself. There's Torrent. Now we look for Amp Shield and Sentinel. I am curious to see what in the world this does, because the Amp Shield will give us an increase to thrust and weapon damage while it is active, and this damage is boosted for every threat inside the shield. So Torrent is a fairly close-in weapon, so we will be getting close to the enemy. We may be able to take more advantage of this amp than others. Now the downside is the Sentinel will lower our rate of fire, so that is going to make it a little bit more troublesome with the Torrent. But we can give it a shot and see. There we go. So yes, Sentinel is a decrease of 10% to our rate of fire. However, our shield damage resistance, effect radius, and effect power. The effect power means that we do even more thrust and weapon damage. So let's give that a try and see. I do want the velocity, but do I want to just get this shield effect radius? Increases the size of our shield as well as its power. Don't think I want Twin Strike. Torrent is already 3 times 2. And we will probably want our shield to be relatively resilient. If you can see the thin pinkish bubble around us, that is the area from which we get our bonuses. So we get a thrust bonus and a damage bonus for every enemy inside that pink bubble. Now I could shrink our shield effect radius down, but further increase its max health as well as its power. Do I want to do that? I'm tempted to do that and get Radiant Shields anyway, combine the two. Radiant Shields is very, very tricky, I think. But I do want the weaponized shields no matter what. Rate of fire would be nice, but let's finish up this shield enhancement. So now you see we have a smaller pink bubble around us. That pink bubble, the smaller one, is where we get the extra damage bonus from weaponized shields. These are the kinds of enemies we really have to watch out for, because their reflect damage will do a lot of damage back to us. Yeah, these are what I'm concerned about. Enemies like this, because we do not do a huge amount of damage to them. Shield cooldown would be nice. Targeting and magnitude also pretty decent. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Get this shield cooldown. I'm curious if I want something like Sanctuary here. Probably do want some Galvanics. Singularity is going to eat a lot of our enemies here, but that's not the worst idea in the world, I suppose. I would love the Energized Shield in some ways, but in other ways not so much. Evolutionary Niche will improve our shield powers. Or we could just go shield durability. I think I will. I do want the reflexive shields, at the very least. Don't think we want discharge. We want our shield to stay up and amplify our torrent. Probably won't be taking something like Tempest Break for the same reason. We want to try to keep our shield active more than we might normally. And similarly, we do not want this flash shielding. Kinetic boost would be nice. We are often moving closer to the enemy. I don't think Outreach Module is going to matter much. Torrent's it's multiple projectiles, not one big hit. That's great with Pulse, not so good with Torrent. Rate of fire would help make up for the body reduction in rate of fire. Could go down to core shielding, just get a little bit more hull and shields and increasing that armor. Let's do that. Let's try to keep working on our shield a bit. Well, fine then. I didn't want you anyway. He lies, he lies, he lies. Okay. Part of this is not going to be bad. The other part definitely is. Ah. More difficult choices. Volatile shields increases our max shields, and when our shield breaks, damages nearby enemies, and reflexive shield. If we take a shield hit, discharges energy, damaging enemies, blah blah blah, more shields. I may want Omni Shield just because we are so focused on using these shield bonuses to make our Torrent better. Question is, do I want something like a Sanctuary? Maybe. I do also want to not explode. That would be good. I'm back here. Do I want the Omni Shield? If I do take the Omni Shield, I probably also want to take the regeneration down into passive shield regeneration. But take this Galvanic. The Galvanic would be nice. We'll take the Omni Shield. Give it a go. Not the prettiest in the world, but it worked. Don't think I want the volley. I guess we could try a volley corrosion type build, but I really want to try to work with this amp. Transmorg is not bad here. If it weren't for Transmorg in magnitude, I would be tempted. I do want this at least. I don't know if I want either of these. That rate of fire down is going to be pretty nasty. But this is just pure bonus. I'm moving too fast. Cannot control everything. Okay, good. Getting close enough to try to take advantage of the weaponized shield effect. As long as the enemies let us just sit right there and shoot at them, we do a lot of damage. The problem is most enemies are not so kind. I want that rate of fire up, but I also want this regeneration into passive shield regeneration. Okay, you're going to be more annoying in the near term. Good. Almost died, but you know what? Almost is still not dying. There's the passive shield regeneration. It does lower our hull regeneration, but since we've taken Omni Shield, we don't have a lot of hull to work with anyhow. The improvement to thrust wouldn't have been horrible there either. Kinetic boost could be nice. Adrenal module does help us out. As does rate of fire. Skirmish. Terminate would be good. Let's just take the rate of fire though. I'm debating whether to try siege weaponry. Maybe I shouldn't if I keep taking that kind of damage. Try to kill the ones that will break apart into damaging splinters first. The yellow ones are nowhere near as annoying. I would take the hull, even though it's not going to be a priority. Even with Omni Shield, a little extra hull is not horrible. I am tempted by stabilization to look for agility. That will help us focus our fire better. And I also like this velocity because the extra velocity will increase our range, essentially. And it's a little bit of a weapon damage as well. Let's get the velocity going. Defiance is pretty tempting here, but... do I want to get channeling instead? Defiance does reduce the mobility penalty when we fire. So maybe we should just go with that. Okay, need you to, there we go. Need you to explode so I can focus on your friend. Calibrate we are not likely to use. Snipe once again is essentially more range for our attacks. I do like being able to kill enemies from farther away. Though again, we do want to be relatively close to take advantage of our damage bonus applied by the amp shield. I do want that channeling, but we've already turned down one galvanic. I do want some galvanics. I think that's just too good for this kind of build. Okay. Again, is that a smart thing to do? No. Is it a faster way of ending the fight? Probably. Oh, watch out. Do remember that weapon trail has been nerfed, but nerfed is not the same as doesn't do any damage at all. Take the volatile shield, so we won't use the volatile part very much, but the extra shield health is always nice. Payload. I like the extra damage. I don't know if I like the rate of fire decrease. Well, I know I don't like it, but I don't know if I like it relative to the other damage increases. Could just take Warpath. Improved thrust is not the worst idea in the world here. Let us get close to the enemy more rapidly. Also to bounce off their orbs. Okay, as soon as you open up your little defenses here, we can maybe, there we go. Maybe, just maybe get in here and do some real damage. We do incredible damage as long as we can get up close to the enemy and steadily fire upon them. The problem is lots of enemies do not do that. This actually would have been a better build in earlier versions of the game, before the enemies 2.0 style updates have started. These formations do make it harder to approach more and more enemies. So that is something to consider. I like the damaging trail. I also like a little targeting. A little targeting can help us to more reliably hit the enemy with more of our Torrent ordinances here. Nope, you go away, dear sir. Post haste, thank you kindly. Alright. I would like a Maelstrom here, I think. Unfortunately, has now become an ultra rare mod. Not merely rare, but ultra rare. Most rarest of ultras. Is annoying. Channeling is nice. Skirmish, once again, terminate would be nice. I think I'll take the channeling, though, just to unlock. Force shielding is an option, and also improve our shield regeneration a bit. Could be helpful with some of these enemies. We cannot take a hit. We bounce everywhere. Oh, my apologies, Comet. I would have given you all the time and space in the world to take that shot if I had just known you were trying to arrive from that angle at that moment. Good. Chain react, please. Thank you. Bravado does increase our power, but I don't know if we should do that. I'll take the blast radius. I would probably take everything in the blast tree, even the concentrate blast. Be interesting to try a... Try to find a sustainable antimatter round build with this kind of weapon, but that's a lot of projectiles firing at once. I don't know if I want to try that with this update. Not right now, at least. Once again, I try to kill that pink one first, since it has the more dangerous little swarmlings. I don't want propulsive munition. Don't really have anything to use the Candescence with currently. Do I want barrier? Don't like the reduction in shield cooldown. I do like the reduction in our shield max hit. Do I want the Sanctuary? It does increase our shield effect power, but I don't know if I like... The shield cooldown has been very helpful for us at times. I don't know if Sanctuary is a good idea with this. I really do not. I guess I'll take the barrier. I can always decide if I want the rest later. Okay, we just passed right through them. Was not expecting that. These mines make it very difficult to get close to this enemy, as does its energy attack, but you know what? Somehow I think we'll manage. Trying to kill one enemy while the other enemy's right there. Probably not the best way to go about things. Okay, good. Skirmish is very tempting. High explosive, again. Stabilization, agility, power reserves, all very nice indeed. Get the stabilization for now. Not too shabby, not too shabby. There is another version of this build where we take corrosion, purification, barrage, and just get lots and lots of little torrents and try to burn things down. I have no idea if that would actually be more effective, but it wouldn't bring out the amp shield's effects as well, I don't believe. Since the amp shield really affects the damage, and the torrent, the corrosion I should say, is more about lots and lots of paper cuts to death. Do I take the agility? Concentrated blast wouldn't be bad here, but I do want the agility for better maneuvering. Don't know why that would be a concern. He says as he gets knocked halfway across the map. good. This enemy, not so good, but you know what? We killed them. Homing Strike is interesting here, as is Kinetic Boost. Don't think I want the discharge. Homing Strike is not going to do a lot for us, but could help clear out a few enemies. Ouch. Again, trying to get close to the enemy to take advantage of our damage bonus, but that is not always the smart thing to do, I will readily admit. Sometimes the agility is a bit too much when you have the boost. I need to actually be able to control where I'm going and not fly around the map at 100 miles per hour. I don't want the rebuke. I don't want the convergence. I don't think... Yeah, that's a pretty big hit to our rate of fire. Splinter. Let's reroll. Now, these are some options. I would like the Galvanic. Increases our shield effect power. I do like this power reserves, so we can maneuver better. Warpath and Deadly Wake also nice. I think I'll take this power reserve just because I want to be able to move around the screen quickly. I need to be careful though, because I obviously do not know how to control which direction I'm going in very well. Quit running away, Seraph. I'm your buddy, your friend. Stay close to me. Don't teleport halfway across the screen yourself. Ooh, run, hide, run, hide. Okay, shield's back. Never mind, we're fine. Trying to kill off some of these little turrets just in case we don't kill the enemy as quickly as we'd hoped, but no, it turned out we were fine. Well, fine-ish. Relatively fine. I don't think Death Blossom does much for us, and don't want the propulsive. Again, Kinetic Boost is tempting. Burst Fire I'm not so thrilled about, truth be told. Don't mind Adrenal Module. The more damage we are, the more damage we do. We are often taking some damage, again, just because we have to close with the enemy. Hard to kill everything before we actually get to it. Definitely not a build to try Leap on the Wind with. Just saying. Oops. Yeah, speaking of which, these things. Oh, you. We just need to kill enough to start that chain reaction, we hope at least. One of the negatives is we get a boost to speed from being close to the enemy, so when we try to maneuver close to the enemy, all of a sudden we go faster than we normally would, which can be difficult to manage. I do so love Orbs of Discord, but I think I take this core shielding, truth be told. The High Explosive and the Concentrate Blast wouldn't be bad either, but let's get a little bit of a boost to our hull and shields. Not to mention armor. Hello, war and friends. This is where I wish I had corrosion. Yeah, this is the part where I wish I had the corrosion. Homing strike really is nice here, just in terms of clearing out some of these mines a bit faster. Take this deadly wake? I think I shall. I was expecting you all to kill each other, but you know what? I respect your unwillingness to do so. Alright, not too shabby, not too shabby. You, on the other hand, you are shabby. You are shabby and annoying. And I wish you would go away. Yeah, it's shielded again. Alright. Now that is a bulwark with a bulwark. Well then. Can we kill this smaller one? Okay, good. Maybe that'll make the rest of this a little easier. Strafe? You like the improvement to our thrust, but maybe we want the skirmish. For some reason, fighting a tanky bulwark makes me wish I could kill it a little faster. Ooh, I would love that convoy, but I am not leaving this safe spot. I'm safe here, I'm killing bulwark, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm not going to press my luck by making a run for that convoy. No, thank you. And this part makes me wish I had Rupture. Oh, not going to be able to get to you before you release a nice little swarm, but that's okay. We did fine. Thankfully, we haven't fought too many enemies with reflective shields and lots of mines. Unfortunately, this enemy kind of makes up for that. Or perhaps even more accurately, this combination of enemies, because egads, these things are annoying. Two builds that have to get up close and personal. I don't know what in the world you were trying to hit, Comet, but good luck. Take the high explosive here. Help us clear out enemies a little bit better. Ideally. Alright, you are not the primary threat here. But you will make enemies that will be more annoying. That part's not going to be too bad. That part is. Oh dear, Scion. Not a good enemy to fight in these circumstances. No, not at all. At least that part's dead. Yeah, this combination of enemies, not so good. Not for this kind of build. At least the Singularity will eat that enemy. And the reinforcements. Yeah, just go on into the singularity. You know you wish to. Trying to get in a little extra damage. Yep, come over this way, please. Alright, can I get in here and do enough damage quickly enough? Not quite quickly enough to stop them from hitting me, but fast enough that I do not have to worry too much about them. I do like Concentrated Blast. I like the Blink. I want this Terminate, though. I want that Terminate. We're getting enemies that are far too tanky. And the Terminate also gives us a small boost to rate of fire. Which I do appreciate. Oop. Singularity here to eat my experience as usual. Just convoy right into that, please. Thank you. You can all do the same. That's fine. Not going to complain in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Okay. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Concentrated Blast makes our explosion a little bit smaller, but does make it more powerful. And I do want some damage increase right now. Most assuredly. You didn't want to join the bulwark. What a pity. That would have saved me a little bit of time and effort. Ah, I miss the days when you were so slow. Come on, there we go. There we go. This is a nasty combination. Do notice that our shields are taking a lot more damage lately from these hits. A lot of stuff going on. Kinetic boost. Tempting. Galvanic's also pretty nice. think I'll take the galvanic. Further improve our shield power. Quite a little collection you have there, but not the most effective against this kind of build. Glad that we got rid of you before you could shield much. Couldn't get in there at a good angle. This is one of the areas where maybe getting that blink would have been a better idea. Still, that was a pretty good build. Again, I think it was Joe Kaplan who suggested that one. A pretty fun one. Always nice to use Amp Shield a little bit differently. Trying to think what else I could have done better there. Again, I would like to try something similar to that. You wouldn't need the Amp Shield, but going Corrosion Barrage, just apply a lot of fire damage, would be pretty good. Though I guess Amp Shield would still give you a little bit of a damage bonus, and perhaps more importantly, a thrust bonus. That might be very helpful for closing in on the enemy and actually applying that burn damage. Tied together with Burning Wake, or Scorching Wake combined with that, you could have some decent builds going on in that regard. In any event, as always, thank you all for stopping by.